Are you looking for the best mobile game controllers? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best mobile game controllers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Backbone One Mobile Gaming Controller. Backbone's One strikes the right balance between size, comfort, and cost. As far as setting the controller up is concerned, our iPhone immediately recognized the controller, and we could start playing games immediately. In our tests, the controller was responsive, and we especially appreciated the feel of its control sticks, which made playing platformers feel buttery smooth. The face and D-pad buttons were noticeably clicky, though, which may make you think twice about playing with the Backbone One in a quiet environment. The face buttons, modeled after the PlayStation's DualShock button layout, are also on the smaller side. Dedicated buttons along the bottom bring up functions like screenshotting or taking you directly into the Backbone mobile app, from which you can launch games from different services in one clean interface. This is helpful if you're using the Backbone One with the remote play functions available on the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series S/X. Thankfully, those buttons are tucked away along the bottom of the controller, so you can ignore them if those functions aren't appealing to you. Backbone is one of the original mobile controller makers, and the One's compact design is appealing to folks who are interested in making the jump from touchscreen controls. The differences between the two styles are night and day, and this is a great place to start for anyone who's curious about mobile controllers. Number 2. Razer Kishi Ultra Gaming Controller. Razer is relentless in its pursuit of making the best gaming accessories for all platforms, and in the case of the Kishi Ultra, they nailed it. This is the best feeling, most responsive, fully featured mobile game controller we've tested. Frankly, it rivals the ones that come with major game consoles. However, the quality comes with a cost, and the Kishi Ultra is $50 more expensive than our top pick and 5 times more expensive than our budget recommendation. That said, serious gamers should accept no substitute. The Kishi Ultra's build quality was immediately noticeable. Its curved handles felt perfect in the hand, its buttons were the right size, didn't make too much noise, and responded the moment they were pushed. Razer used Hall effect triggers and TPCV, thermoplastic elastomers, analog sticks designed for longevity. This is an investment that you can use to play games for years, if not a decade. Through Razer's Nexus mobile app, you can customize the Kishi Ultra's button layout to suit the games you're playing, which is especially helpful if you're used to gaming on a PC. Light strips around the controller's handles are a nice accent but are not distracting or garish like the ones you'll see festooned on some gaming PCs. Android users can even map button controls to touchscreen-only games through a virtual controller mode feature, opening up even more titles to controller compatibility. This game controller is bundled with 4 sets of spacers designed to accommodate different devices. By default, the Kishi Ultra was outfitted in spacers designed for the iPhone, but we also tested the controller with an iPad mini, which turned the pint-sized tablet into a serious gaming machine. The spacers should also allow for some future proofing as device sizes change. The Razer Kishi is a triumph in the world of mobile accessories, gaming or otherwise, and anyone who plays primarily on their smartphone or smaller tablet should take notice. Number 3. GameSir G8 Plus Bluetooth Mobile Game Controller. GameSir's G8 Plus is the platonic ideal of Bluetooth gaming controllers. It can connect to any device seamlessly regardless of its operating system and was designed to accommodate devices as large as the iPad mini. Plus, it feels really good in the hand. It's also the best value in the modern mobile game controller category. Although the GameSir G8 Plus connects to devices over Bluetooth, which introduces some latency, it wasn't enough to impact our enjoyment of the games we played. Any lag won't interfere with your gameplay if you play platformers, role-playing games, sports titles, or casual games. If you play first-person shooters or titles that rely on making split-second decisions with pinpoint precision, a Bluetooth gaming controller of any kind is likely not for you. The G8 Plus worked with every game we tested, and we were pleased with the quality of its analog sticks, triggers, and buttons, which were comparable to the ones found on a mobile gaming controller. GameSir used Hall effect joysticks and triggers, which are designed to last a long time, too. The controller's buttons felt a little mushier than the Razer Kishi Ultras, but this mobile game controller is roughly half its price. On the other hand, we could attach any device to this controller without worrying about spacers or whether its USB-C jack would fit into our iPhone's charging port, potentially scratching its underside. If you're okay with charging another portable gadget and want a mobile game controller that can wirelessly connect to any device with ease, GameSir's G8 Plus is the best choice. Number 4. Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. If you want the experience of playing mobile games with a traditional game console controller, our favorite option is the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. It's the controller that feels most comfortable in the hand, with the right balance of weight, button size, and overall quality. That said, the controller's analog sticks have been prone to drift wherein they become less responsive or receive phantom inputs over time. However, we've been using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller purchased in 2017 and haven't faced that issue. The Nintendo Switch Pro controller will feel immediately comfortable to anyone who's played a home game console since the introduction of the Xbox 360 in 2005. That console solidified a standard for game controller design for nearly 2 decades, with Sony's DualShock being the only notable exception. Using the Switch Pro controller will also allow you to use one controller for both your home and mobile devices, provided you play games on the Switch. One of this controller's notable features is its battery life. Nintendo says the Switch Pro controller can get up to 40 hours of use before needing to be recharged. In our experience, this estimate is conservative, and we've gone weeks without having to plug it in. We must admit that something feels especially right when playing video games using the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It made our iPhone 15 Pro Max feel like a standalone game console on par with the current systems from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. There was no learning curve to playing any title we enjoyed, with every movement and action recognized and executed immediately, with no perceptible latency. Playing Nintendo games on our iPhone using this controller felt especially nostalgic, especially when airplaying the gameplay to our TV using an Apple TV. The bottom line is that Nintendo Switch Pro controller is the best choice if you'd like the feeling of a console controller in your hands while playing games on your phone or tablet. Number 5. GameSir Nova Wireless Switch Pro Controller. GameSir's Nova is the least expensive mobile gaming controller we recommend, and you don't sacrifice that much performance given its modest cost. It has the same button layout as the other mobile gaming controllers we're recommending and comes in a cool, see-through shell reminiscent of the 90s and early aughts gaming accessories. The Nova's face buttons and D-pad feel a little mushier than the ones on Nintendo's Switch Pro controller, but this controller has Hall effect analog sticks, which is a huge improvement. This feature isn't a given when considering the controller's price tag. We'll admit that the joysticks did make movement feel even smoother when playing games, and while that didn't improve our performance, we couldn't blame any blunders on the Nova as much as we'd have liked to. On the plus side, because this is a Bluetooth game controller, it's compatible with PCs and even the Nintendo Switch, which further adds to its value. Don't skip this one if you're sick of playing mobile games using touch buttons but don't play enough to justify a pricier mobile game controller.